Go to the Layers panel in Affinity Photo. You can find that in View menu, Studio and Layers. Select a layer. Then go to the Tools panel and select a rectangle tool. With that selected, create a quick rectangle, any size and any colour. Now, what I've got, rectangle. I'm going to duplicate that. I'm going to create another one. So I'm just going to add, but it's going to be slightly smaller than the other rectangle. So with those, I can select both of those. So both are now selected as those layers. And I can, if I want to, align it. So I can go to Arrange, and you've got Align Center and Arrange, Align Middle. So it's nicely aligned. Then I can go to Layer and Geometry and Subtract. So subtract, and now I can see straight through that thing. And I've got this design here. What I want to do, turn it into a mask. So just go to Layers and then just drag this down just onto the background layer. And as you do that, you can see a blue line appears. Release, and you can see that's moved to the right, and it's just below, and it says curves. So it's no longer a rectangle, it's a curve. You can select it and you can modify it if you want. You can go over here to the node tool and modify the individual nodes if you want to do that. But what I want is actually just to select that one, the background there, and also deselect that, the lock. So unlock it. So now I can move this around using the move tool. I can resize it, do all kinds of different things, and also I can angle it. So I'm just going to rotate it a bit, reduce it again down in size, and I can still continue to move if I wanted to, say lock children and move this around so you can see it, make it slightly better than the current image, and then deselect that again, and then just continue to move it around. With the background selected there, you can select or deselect any time. You can just go to Effects. I'm just going to click there, and I'm going to just add a shadow. Not inner shadow, but an outer shadow. Go to the Effects and click there, and then go to Outer Shadow. So just Outer Shadow and click. Just make certain that's selected, and then change the radius, offset and intensity so you end up with a nice little shadow there. Then close. Once you've done that, you can rasterize this design. So you just go to Layer and down to Rasterize. So just rasterize it. Now I want to not preserve the layer effects. I just want to rasterize the whole thing. So I've got this design now. You can see over here, it's pixel layer. That's the key thing, because I can go to Layer and New Pattern Layer from Selection. It requires it to be a pixel selection. So that's been selected, and you can see what happens. Generates this very quick design like this, which can be used and modified and resized, rotated. You can still see the background layer. You can always go to there, and you can deselect that. So I can just delete that very quickly and think, now I can move that around and create all kinds of different designs. But also what I can do, I can duplicate this. So I'm just going to go to right click and duplicate. And as I do that, you can see what happens. You end up just create different designs, and you can resize them independently. They're not the same. So you can just move it around, resize that. And also what you can do, select both of those, and you can go to Layer, and you can merge selected. So merge selected, and you end up with one pattern layer. Though, of course, now what happens, you've got this like break in this, which you may or may not like. You can always go to Mirror, and you can see you end up with this design. So you can just create all kinds of complex pattern designs very quick and easy. But what you can also do is, again, you can add masks to that. So if you want to, this pattern, just go over here to, say, the rectangle, select there, and then just quickly create that. And it can be any size again, any color, doesn't matter. And then just simply just select that and then just drag that down. Now, I'm not going to add the central bit, but I'm just going to show you can quickly add. And so therefore you've masked that design as well. And you can still continue to modify this rectangle, move it around, rotate it, and much, much more. So just move that down there. Now, key thing is, if you want to move the actual design, you just simply select it over there. And you can see again, you've got it selected. Now the pattern is still live, so you can move that around. You can also go to Lock Children. So click there and then do that design. And you can see then you can change that. So you can resize that as well. Hope you found this of interest. Thank you much.